All right. So first of all, why pair program? Why do you think? Why would you pair program?
So I think you said this before, but I may steal some of your thunder, but
It's fine.
when I pair with someone, I tend to always learn something new because somebody always knows something in certain subject areas there's certain things they know better. There's certain things I know better. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always going to learn something. It's like, oh, I didn't know there was this keyboard shortcut, or hey, I didn't know you could do this in this language or whatever. So you're always going to learn something. So there's an advantage for education in that purpose. Speaking from like a manager perspective, if I have a team of programmers, you know, there's depending on the organization, there's probably a fair amount of attrition, like programmers leaving. And pair programming is a great way to protect yourself, to have as many people as possible know the code base.
For
So
sure.
if your star programmer suddenly leaves, you're not dead in the water. You know, there's been someone who's knows what he's been working on in the past week, month, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then another person, I'm kind of hopping around. Another one that I think of from a personal nature is that when I'm programming by myself, I always run into something that should work, but it's not working. And I know there's some stupid thing I've done somewhere, and I don't know where it is, and I can't find it, and I'm wasting time, and I'm getting frustrated. Where is it? So having another set of eyes in those situations would say, you forgot the semicolon or whatever.
Right.
Having someone else there to avoid those situations would definitely be beneficial.
And we've even done that together a few times when we don't work for the same companies, but sometimes we'll get together and kind of pair program a little bit to work out issues that we're working on or something. And it is helpful from both ends. Yeah, I mean, I think you bring up my big thing for pair programming has always been the protecting yourself from the hit by the bus scenario. It's the best way.
And really, that's protecting the organization
Well,
and,
yeah,
whatnot.
right. It's the best way I've ever found to distribute information, deep code information, to other developers in the team. And one of the reasons I think it's so good is because as you're sitting there working through all this stuff, it's not like you report, "Hey, here's the changes," because I can go look at a PR and see what changes you made. But the real benefit of one of the big benefits of programming is I get to be there as we talk through why we're making those changes and why not some other change, right? Why did we make this decision? So at least two of us have real in-depth knowledge of this area and why we did this, why we made these decisions, why. And I think that's important for an understanding. So especially if one of those two people ends up having to be out for some length of time, sickness, accident, gets fired, quits, whatever. That's a big deal, and that has made a big difference in a number of occasions over my career. And it's kind of funny. One of the things I was thinking about just before the show is really the whole concept of this show's name, the Rubber Duck Dev Show, came from kind of early attempts at pair programming when you didn't have another person to talk to. People were talking to rubber ducks and kind of pair programming with a rubber duck. So I just thought it was kind of funny that this is, and that concept was really interesting to me. And I think that's one of the reasons that I like the show name so much, is because I really like pair programming, and I think it's an important part of development. And for me, and this isn't for everybody, but for me, it's fun. I like pair programming. Some people do it because, oh God, I got to work with another programmer. I'd rather just talk to machines. You know, there are people that just don't like to pair program. That's fine. But I actually like it. I enjoy it. I think it's just fun.
If you like this clip and want to watch another one, you can click right here. Or if you want to watch the full video, you can click here.